Tuesday here on the Daily Market Summary, and I'm joined now by Aaron Thiele of agmarket.net. Aaron, we still have a lot happening in the ag marketplace, even following the latest WASDE report. What did we see in the trade in the grains today?
Today we saw a little bit of a lower trade in the grains today. Corn's trading around 2 to 3 cents lower, and then the beans are also down 4 to 5 cents as well. So a little bit lower trade in the grains. We'd seen a gap open higher and some bullish action in yesterday's trade, but we're seeing a pullback here today.
And Aaron, once we got past that July WASDE report, I kind of assumed we were going to stay strictly focused on the weather. That necessarily hasn't been the case, as we've had war around the world in Ukraine and Russia, that conflict, and then also with the Middle East, still causing some issues that are making way into the ag marketplace. Could you kind of tell us right now what's happening with wheat?
Yeah, the wheat market is up about 10 cents right now in the hard red winter, and then on the soft red winter side they're up about 8 cents. Seems that there's some conflict, like you said, going on between Russia and Ukraine. Seeing some reports that Russia is looking for some exports into Saudi Arabia and some other countries. And so yeah, we're seeing, anytime that there's situations going on between those two countries, and those countries that are big exporter or big production for wheat, they can, if there's anything going on there, we can see some positive and some bullish price action for our wheat here domestically.
And of course, you throw in the factor about our wheat growing regions here in the US and some of the weather those regions have been dealing with. Also, Aaron, I know that as we look at the situation right now for the grain side, we did have that WASDE report on Friday. We have the war situation. Of course, we're watching the crude oil price as well. But as it relates to the US weather right now, what are we looking out for? Is it mostly focusing on where that heat dome is located or going to be located and those extremely warm temperatures?
Yeah, I think so. I think the market is really paying attention to where the warm weather is going to be, and then also, of course, rainfall. That's an important aspect to it. Is it going to be too much, too little, or just the right amount? It seems that there's a sweet spot and a happy medium that much of the crop is looking for. And so I think that the market is paying attention to different areas and what they're getting as far as weather and precipitation.
And right now, especially when you think about the corn side, really important to have as much moisture as possible, because we know those plants are using every bit of moisture that is available to them during some of these important growing stages for the corn. Over on the livestock side, Aaron, how did we trade with the cattle and hogs today?
Yeah, another big down day, and the cattle feeders are down anywhere from $5 to $6, and then the fat cattle are down $2 to $3 as well. They just continue to grind lower, and they've been in a bear market here for the past few weeks, and just hasn't been able to catch some support and trade back higher, kind of entering into the post July 4th timeframe, where sometimes maybe you see a pullback in demand. We saw the choice cutout and or saw cutout values pull back quite a bit yesterday, which isn't very good, and doesn't help the market as well. On the contrary, front month hogs are up 10 to 35 cents. Deferred contracts are down 30 cents or so. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a mixed bag. But as far as the livestock and cattle market goes, it's been a bear, and it just doesn't seem to have much as far as bullish information or news to want to push it a whole lot higher.
So, taking that into account, yes, we don't have the bullish news stories, but when we stack several down days in a row on top of another, when does that become more than just a trend and something that we're starting to get concerned about?
I think there's, as far as a fundamental standpoint, there's reason, and the tightness of numbers is always going to be, it isn't always, is there right now currently, which it can help support the market. But I think that there's still some lows in some different areas where we can catch some support. And if we break through some of those technical indicators or some of those technical patterns, that's when it becomes a really big cause for concern. We've seen this market grind back and forth. We've seen big pullbacks, and it continues to trend higher. So I don't know that it's maybe, all doom and gloom and that this is it, this is the end, but it is one of those deals where we've seen it trade back and forth in a range, and we've seen it has its sell-offs before it catches and pulls back higher. So is that what's going on right now, or is it just a little bit of a sell-off? I guess we'll see.
What's the best way for our viewers to get in touch for more marketing information?
They can find us online at agmarket.net, or they can call us here in the Wisconsin office at 608-384-5438.
Aaron Thiele of agmarket.net, my guest for the daily market summary. Aaron, thanks for the time. Appreciate it, and have a good rest of the day.
You too. Thank you very much.